Life brings emotional mountaintop experiences as well as deep valleys. But what sustains us through the ups and downs is a good attitude. You can choose to have a good attitude in everything you do, no matter where you are and what you do. A housewife, for example, can choose to have a good attitude and always wear a smile when her husband and children come back home after a long day, despite the fact that she may also be stressed out and exhausted. The same applies to the husband. Despite the stress at work, he can return home with a good attitude and choose to not let his problems at work stop him from spending quality time with his family. As obvious as it is, it's a matter of choice. It is easier said than done, but the thing about life is that it is these careful choices that sets us apart and determines the quality of our life and the lives of those around us. The temptation to surrender to the feelings of despair and frustration can often be overwhelming. But with caution and self-control, we can choose to have the right attitude. While giving in to the temptations may seem easy, the consequences of giving in are costly. Exercising caution and self-control may be difficult initially, but once you prevail over the initial anguish of changing patterns and habits, you will realize the exhilaration of having made the choice to maintain a good attitude. Whether you choose to participate in gossip or to rise above those trivialities is up to you. You can choose to live a life to show off to your neighbors and friends, or you can free yourself of such cares, rising to a higher level of thinking and choosing to live a life that is most fulfilling to you and to those around you. Your choices will be based on your value system, and that will carve out your destiny. You can choose to live in fear and anxiety, or you can choose to walk in the audacity of faith, believing that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. Observation of the life of a faithful Christian provides an example of choices made to shape attitudes and create habits that will guide him through trials. In the midst of life's difficult circumstances, a faithful Christian chooses to trust and praise God for the situation that he is in, believing that his Creator has the best plans for him. Over a period of time, this becomes so much of a part of his character that every time he is faced with a tough situation, his subconscious mind prepares him to praise God, and he is able to do so effortlessly. When you choose to have a good attitude in life, it changes the way you view life, people, situations, and every problem you face. When you choose to have a good attitude, there's a shifting that will take place within you. Your focus shifts from negative tendencies and gravitate towards what is right and positive. And your focus will move away from what is irrelevant to what is relevant. Have you ever felt isolated or singled out? Your choice of attitude in this situation will dictate whether you're affected by what people say or think about you and whether it bogs you down. When you're around people who are controlling and dominating, you have the power within you to choose whether or not to let them control your life. You choose whether to be controlled or not. You determine the boundaries. You can choose to draw the line and not let others draw the line for you and confine you to a box. When the world treats you as worthless and pitiful, you can either choose to get sucked into that thought, or you can tell yourself that there is tremendous potential locked within you and start believing in greater things. You determine your worth, and in doing so, you control your destiny. Often we miss great opportunities in life and fail to reach our full potential because we choose not to take that first step of faith and move forward. We refuse to take ourselves past the initial pain of crossing the barrier, and we allow complacency and fear to paralyze us into a zone that we begin to identify as our comfort zone. To overcome life's barriers and to live a life without limits, it is crucial that we choose to have a good attitude. Matter of fact, there's a healing power to a good attitude. When we have a good attitude towards life, it heals us of our wounds, hurt, and pain, and it allows us to live a carefree life. It allows us to rise above the disappointments that life throws at us and live each day to its fullest, enabling us to consider the immense possibilities that life has to offer, that each day has to offer, without which life would be wasted in the cares of the world, walking through the wilderness and lost in the confusion and frustration of what we see around us. A good attitude is music for the soul, and it allows us to enjoy this beautiful creation and the beauty of each day as it unfolds. Thanks for watching. This is an excerpt from my book, Choices.